Archangel Michael says, "You were never supposed to see this, but heaven forced it into your path. Someone you love is trying to reach you from the other side, and if you ignore this, you may never hear their final message." The air around you grows still as if the room itself is holding its breath, and a quiet wave of warmth presses gently against your chest. A thread of light pulls through the noise of your thoughts, steady and soft, like a hand that refuses to let you drift. You are being seated before a door that only opens when your heart stands completely awake. A name rises inside you like a whisper that refuses to fade, and your body recognizes it before your mind does. The memory of their laughter flickers, and something tender begins to ache in a place words cannot reach. It is not pain alone, it is proof that love refuses to end. You feel a hush move across your skin, like the pause after lightning but before the thunder. There is a glow forming at the edges of ordinary things, making the familiar appear new. What was hidden steps forward with the patience of the moon climbing a night sky. Archangel Michael says your path has been rewritten by a higher hand, and this message has been escorted to you with protection and purpose. Nothing about this moment is random, and nothing about your grief is wasted. The bridge between realms has been lowered for you now. Type Amen to get blessing 333. A gentle presence stands behind your shoulder the way a loving friend stands in doorways, not to disturb but to be near. If you close your eyes, you can feel the warmth of it like sunlight resting on your back. The atmosphere carries the faint scent of what once comforted you, and your spirit recognizes home. There is a rhythm in your chest that begins to align with a rhythm you cannot see. It hums like a distant choir, soft yet unstoppable, moving through you like a tide that knows when to rise. That rhythm carries a message that belongs only to you. You were not meant to find this by accident, and yet your steps landed here as if guided by a secret map. Every delay, every detour, every sudden nudge has arranged itself like stars into a constellation that spells your name. Now the meaning reveals itself in full. They have been trying to speak, not with lips and breath, but with echoes that touch your day in quiet flashes. The missed call that made you turn, the song that arrived at the perfect line, the feather on a floor that had no window open. None of it was small, all of it was them. Type Amen to get blessing 444. Your loved one has learned the language of light and has been writing to you in the margins of your life. They place warmth where cold tries to gather, and they arrange timing so your steps land upon safety. They do not sleep, they do not forget, and they do not give up. You carry their kindness like a hidden lantern and it keeps finding ways to glow when the world turns dim. Their final message is not an ending, it is a door that turns the corridor of sorrow into a passage of power. You are not walking alone, even when the hallway feels empty. They want you to know that nothing was left unsaid in the way heaven measures words. Every embrace you gave still exists like fire that never burns out. Every tear you shed became a seed that will rise where you least expect it. You are being asked to open your hands without fear, because what tries to arrive cannot land on fists. The past is being folded carefully and placed where it cannot bruise you anymore. The next chapter has already been printed with your healing in the first line. Type Amen to get blessing 555. Archangel Michael says the bond that tied you together did not snap in the dark, it widened into a path. Love changed its clothing but not its name, and it continues to call you forward. You are permitted to move without guilt, and you are permitted to smile without apology. Listen with the part of you that hears dreams at dawn and understands them without translation. In that place, their voice is steady, patient, and certain. It says your life is not a museum of sorrow, it is a garden that still expects spring. There is an appointment written in light for you, a meeting between your courage and a blessing already on the way. The date is soon, and the hour knows exactly when your heart will be ready. You are not late, you are right on heaven's schedule. They place a hand over your head the way they used to when comfort was needed. You might feel a tingling at the scalp or a sudden warmth in your palms, and this is not your imagination. This is the touch that crosses the river and refuses to be stopped. Type Amen to get blessing 666. They say your kindness was never unnoticed, even when the world clapped for someone else. They saw the nights you guarded others while your own heart felt unguarded. Heaven saw it too, and heaven is returning what you thought was gone forever. Do not fear the quiet, because the quiet is where their words are thickest. Do not fear the morning, because the morning brings new assignments written just for you. Your yes is more powerful than any sorrow that tries to repeat itself. You are allowed to release the things you kept out of loyalty to pain. You are allowed to keep the love and set down the weight. Your permission to live fully is the permission they begged heaven to deliver. They tell you a door will open that looks like an ordinary conversation, a simple message, a friendly knock. Inside that small moment lives a life-sized answer. You will recognize it because your chest will feel light without reason. Type Amen to get blessing 777. If the memory of their last day still burns, let today be the first day it warms instead of wounds. What once felt like a cliff will begin to feel like a balcony, and the view will return color to your breath. You will carry them without carrying the ache. Archangel Michael says your steps will find a path that feels freshly swept, as if someone walked ahead of you with care. That someone did, and they bore your name on their lips with pride. Nothing that belongs to you can be stolen where heaven stands guard. They remind you about the promise you once whispered in the dark, the one you thought was forgotten. It was heard, kept, and protected, and now it is being placed back in your hands without the fear that once made you tremble. You are strong enough now. They send a sign that fits you perfectly, not a spectacle for crowds but a thread only you could notice. Expect it in the ordinary, where the extraordinary loves to hide. Expect it in timing that looks like kindness arriving exactly when you need it. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Your heart begins to unclench the way fists open when they learn to trust. Breath returns in longer strands, and the room feels less sharp around the edges. This is the proof that the message has landed. They want you to keep what was beautiful and release what was heavy. Keep the voice that told you to believe in your own goodness, and release the shadow that insists loss must be your only story. The future bows before the brave, and you are braver than you know. You will see their love echoed in faces you meet and places you stand. You will hear it in laughter that surprises you, and in pathways that curve back to joy with no map needed. Love does not retire, it simply changes workplaces. Tonight will stretch softer, and morning will rise more calmly. The anxious corners of your thoughts will begin to smooth like fabric under a steady hand. You will notice that you can hold both memory and hope without tearing. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The final part of their message is a blessing placed like a seal over your name. It says your steps are guided, your home is protected, and your future is seeded with goodness that multiplies. It says no goodbye can defeat a love that chooses eternity. They are proud of the way you kept going when the road had no signs. They are proud of the way you loved even when your own heart was shivering. They are proud of the way you still choose light, again and again. Archangel Michael says nothing has been lost that heaven cannot return in a new and better form. What breaks becomes a window, what ends becomes a beginning, and what hurts becomes wisdom that carries you gently. The chapter ahead has your strength written across every page. The room thins again as if the air is making space for something gentle to enter. A hush settles over your shoulders and the skin along your arms lifts with a quiet certainty. The message continues the way a river continues even when rocks try to slow it. Your loved one stands nearer than breath, bright without burning and tender without fading. Their nearness folds the noise of the day into a soft corner where it cannot touch you. What remains is a steady warmth that keeps choosing you. They watched you carry heavy moments with grace no one saw. They watched you say yes to life when life offered little in return. They asked heaven to honor those yes with a future that feels kind. This is why the path ahead is clearing without warning. This is why doors that ignored you are beginning to lean open. This is why your name is being spoken in rooms that once forgot you. Type Amen to get blessing 111. Simple kindness will arrive like a small open window. Through it comes a breeze that smells like the way home felt. That breeze is a sign arranged by hands you once held. You will notice your heart remembering how to move with ease. The stiffness that made mornings heavy will loosen like knots learning to trust. You will stand and the room will welcome you. Your loved one pours courage through the hidden cracks of your doubt. That courage spreads like light under a door and fills the space without asking permission. Soon there is more light than shadow. They wrap your name in safety the way soft cloth protects something precious. They place that bundle in the center of your day so nothing rough can bruise it. You are being handled with care by love that never retires. Type Amen to get blessing 222. There is a blessing coming through an ordinary conversation. It will sound simple and it will carry power. You will know it because your chest will feel soft and sure. A project you shelved will begin to glow again. The glow is permission from heaven to pick it up with new hands. This time the weight will be light like a cup filled with clear water. They ask you to sleep with gentleness tonight. Lay your head down like a promise you trust. Let morning meet you the way sunlight meets a quiet lake. Your hands will feel warm for no clear reason. That warmth is a signature from the other side. It is proof they are still able to touch what matters to you. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. You are stepping into a season where kindness finds you first. Strangers will mirror the love your beloved once gave. In those mirrors you will see how deeply you were taught to care. The fear of being left behind is drying like rain on a warm stone. What remains is the shape of your strength. That shape fits perfectly into the path unfolding. They gathered your unspoken wishes and tucked them in the pocket of heaven. Today one of those wishes is being lowered like a lantern. You will see by it and you will feel seen by it. The words you needed long ago will arrive at last. They will not come from the past because the past cannot hold that much light. They will come from now and they will fit now. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. There is forgiveness moving through your memory like a soft cloth over glass. The view clears and the edges cut less. What used to echo with ache begins to echo with gratitude. Your loved one smiles at your courage the way sunrise smiles at windows. That smile is placed on your day like a quiet crown. Wear it as if you were born with it. A message will arrive in a timing that feels too precise to be random. The clock will seem to nod and the room will feel wider. Let the timing carry you forward. You will notice a sign wrapped in laughter. Laughter will open a door that sadness kept closed. Behind it waits a table already set with your name. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. The future is moving toward you without making a storm. It walks softly but it does not stop. When it reaches you, it will take your hand like family. You will find yourself returning to places that used to sting. The sting will be gone and the place will feel honest again. That honesty is healing growing roots. Someone kind will say your name with the exact respect it deserves. Hearing it will feel like water to a thirsty field. Receive it without apology. Your heart has learned the strength that breath learns after it survives a deep wave. Each inhale is proof that life chose you again. Each exhale is proof that you choose it back. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. They are guiding a connection that carries opportunity like a basket. It will not wobble and it will not spill. You will take what is yours and bless what remains. Memories will visit like birds that know how to land without scratching. They will perch and sing and then lift, leaving only music. Let the music linger where silence once felt heavy. The gentle touch on your shoulder tonight is real. It will come when the room is dim and quiet. That touch says, keep going with peace. A financial worry loosens like a knot that finds the thread. The thread is being pulled by hands you trusted in this life and still trust now. The relief will arrive in a simple, believable way. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. Your loved one asks you to drink more water and to treat your rest as sacred. These small obediences open larger gates. The larger gates lead to the days you asked for. Your creativity is being reseeded with color. Colors you forgot your spirit could see are returning. They will swell into ideas that feel like morning. There will be a gentle protection around your travel and daily steps. You will notice how the path clears before you have to ask it to clear. That is love arranging space. A tender apology may travel toward you from far away. Whether you accept it or not, peace will settle. Peace is the point and peace is the gift. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. You are not late to your own life. Time folds in your favor like fabric responding to a careful hand. What you need meets you exactly when you can hold it. Your voice is becoming steady in rooms where it once shook. That steadiness is not hardness. It is softness that knows its own power. A letter or text will arrive with words that release weight from your chest. Read it slowly and let it rest inside your ribs. The calm that follows will surprise you. They hum a song you used to associate with comfort. It will find you today in a place that feels ordinary. The ordinary will bloom for a moment and then keep quietly shining. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. You will notice your sleep deepen and your mornings feel friendlier. This is not an accident. It is the answer to prayers you barely dared to say. A reunion waits in your near horizon. It may be with a person, a dream, or a part of you that went quiet. The reunion will feel like a room turning its lights on. Your loved one tucks courage in your pocket like a note you can touch. When you reach for it, you will feel the bravery rise. It will rise without noise and it will guide your next step. The heaviness you carried for someone you could not help is being lifted. You are allowed to breathe without guilt. You are allowed to be well without apology. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. They bless your home with warmth that lingers after the lights are off. Corners that once felt tense now feel calm. Thresholds feel like gentle invitations. Your work is being seen in the places that matter. Effort you thought disappeared is bearing fruit. That fruit carries your name and your integrity. There is a conversation you will have that cleans the air. Words will land and misunderstandings will dissolve like fog. Afterward, the path between you and another will feel straight. A small gift will find you with a meaning larger than its size. Receive it as a token of a larger promise. The promise is that you are remembered in the places that count. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. You will notice an ease with money that surprises you. Bills align with deposits and timing goes gentle. This is the thumbprint of heaven on practical things. Your body will feel lighter as you practice simple care. The kindness you give your body returns as clarity in your mind. Clarity guides decisions without drama. You are learning to say yes to peace and no to noise. That choice makes room for the right people. Right people arrive carrying calm. A detail you kept missing will click into place. Once it clicks, movement becomes simple. Simple is holy in this season. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. Your loved one is building you a life that fits. Not tight, not loose, but exact. You will feel it each time you exhale. An opportunity will ask you to believe in your own growth. You have the skill and the heart to hold it. Step into it like sunlight on your face. There is a move being arranged even if it is a move of the heart. The new place holds room for joy to stretch. Joy will not bump into old walls. You will see numbers repeat in a way that feels like a wink. When they appear, breathe and receive. Those repetitions are the rhythm of guidance. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. The last edges of grief are softening without erasing love. Love remains present and becomes useful. It strengthens your days and sweetens your rest. Your kindness to yourself will teach others how to treat you. This lesson will be quiet and clear. The results will arrive like steadiness. A message will find you in a dream that feels more real than waking. You will wake with calm that stays. The staying calm is the sign to trust it. You step forward without looking over your shoulder. The view in front of you opens like a road at dawn. You walk it with the blessing of those who loved you then and love you now. Type Amen to get blessing 2121. The light in the room softens like silk pulled across a window. Your chest learns a slower rhythm and your breath keeps time with it without effort. Calm enters as if it has a key and belongs here. You feel a respectful hush in the space where worry used to shout. That hush is not empty, it is full of presence that knows your name. It settles around your shoulders like a well-loved shawl. A memory returns without the sting that once made you flinch. It arrives as a lesson that affirms who you have become. You nod inside because the truth fits without force. You notice gratitude rising for moments that once only felt heavy. This is proof that healing has roots now. Those roots hold you when the wind decides to test. Type Amen to get blessing 2222. The day ahead opens like a page that waits for gentle sentences. Your choices write softly and land with clarity. Every line favors peace over noise. Someone you trust will mirror back the strength you have been building. Their words will sound simple and ring exactly right. Receive them as confirmation that the path is aligned. A small door appears in a familiar hallway. It looks ordinary and carries a quiet glow along its edges. Behind it is momentum that feels like kindness taking your hand. You step with ease that surprises even you. Ease does not mean small, it means supported. Support is the new normal that your soul accepts. Type Amen to get blessing 2323. A message in the evening will land like a feather on still water. The ripple will widen gently and touch everything it needs to touch. You will feel included in the goodness that follows. You give yourself permission to pause without fear of losing progress. The pause becomes a place where answers collect themselves. Answers arrive ready to serve your next steps. The weight around a financial concern thins. A timely solution slides into place with believable grace. You breathe and the numbers behave like friends. Your body thanks you for the simple care you offer it today. Rest is honored as a doorway, not a delay. Through that doorway comes steadiness that stays. Type Amen to get blessing 2424. Words you needed to speak at last find their path out. They are gentle and firm and they land exactly where they should. Afterward the air feels washed and clear. A connection forms with someone who understands your quiet language. No effort is needed to explain your heart. Listening flows both ways like a healthy river. You close a chapter without tearing its pages. Closure arrives as a soft click rather than a slammed door. Your hands are free to hold what is next. Creativity returns like color finding a sunrise. Ideas arrive with calm energy and practical shoes. You will know which one to carry first. Type Amen to get blessing 2525. A familiar scent will cross your path and bend time for a moment. It will feel like a safe hand on your back guiding you forward. Smile and keep moving because that is the intended direction. You release an old promise that kept you smaller than your spirit. In its place you plant a new promise that honors your growth. The soil accepts it and hope begins to sprout. A conversation with family softens edges that once felt sharp. Understanding sits at the table and refuses to leave. Everyone breathes easier because love is leading again. You will notice that opportunities choose you when you choose peace. Peace becomes a magnet instead of a quiet corner. What is yours recognizes the signal and arrives. Type Amen to get blessing 2626. Today holds a moment where laughter breaks through like sunlight. That laughter repairs something silence could not reach. It echoes kindly and keeps echoing. A document or message finds you with perfectly timed clarity. Sign or reply with confidence that has been earned. The result opens a path that was waiting for your yes. Your sleep deepens and your waking feels freshly washed. The mind loosens its grip on old loops that used to spin. Space appears for better thoughts to settle. You feel supported by unseen hands that move obstacles 2 steps ahead of you. The path clears before you meet the bend. You walk without bracing and it feels natural. Type Amen to get blessing 2727. A gentle meeting unfolds where you are seen without performance. Presence is enough and the room responds kindly. You leave with energy instead of emptiness. A habit that once drained you begins to dissolve. In its place rises a practice that nourishes you quietly. The difference is felt in your bones. You return to a place that once carried only ache. This time it carries meaning and relief. The past bows to the growth you have lived. You notice repeating numbers on a screen or a sign and your chest warms. That warmth is alignment rather than alarm. Alignment becomes your daily setting. Type Amen to get blessing 2828. Your compassion for your younger self arrives like soft rain. It lands on old ground and new flowers appear. The landscape of memory grows gentle. You make a choice that honors your boundaries and your joy at once. The choice is elegant in its simplicity. Peace follows it like a faithful companion. Someone speaks of you with respect when you are not in the room. The respect travels and reaches you as favor. Favor opens doors that effort alone could not. You feel a lightness in your step late in the day. The body knows when burdens lift. Let the lightness teach you how to walk forward. Type Amen to get blessing 2929. A friendship strengthens without ceremony. Shared honesty builds a quiet bridge. That bridge holds even when life shakes. You discover that your timing is kinder than the clock. What is meant for you does not rush or stall. It meets you where you truly are. An idea arrives that solves a problem with grace. You recognize it because it feels like relief dressed as structure. Put it to work and watch ease grow. You end the day with a steady heart. Steady is not bland, it is blessed. You rest like someone held and guarded. Type Amen to get blessing 3030. Morning meets you with a softness that feels deliberate. The light knows how to land without glare. Your breath follows and finds its easy pace. You sense a quiet choreography in your steps. Each small action clicks into place like notes that belong together. The day hums in tune with your calm. Memories walk beside you like friends who learned better manners. They bring lessons instead of weight. They bring warmth instead of ache. Your heart accepts that love is an ongoing presence. It does not leave when rooms empty. It does not fade when seasons change. Type Amen to get blessing 3131. A familiar object shines for a moment as if tapped by grace. The shine means keep going as you are. The path ahead agrees with your courage. Kindness finds you in a sentence spoken without agenda. The sentence settles on your shoulders like a soft coat. You feel well held by something larger than you. A delay becomes a protection rather than a punishment. You see how the timing arranged a safer arrival. Gratitude replaces the old frustration. You honor your body with a simple choice that feels right. The simplicity carries rare power. Power becomes quiet and steady inside you. Type Amen to get blessing 3232. Your loved one strokes the edges of your day with subtle care. Corners that once felt sharp now round themselves. You move through rooms like water moves around stones. An answer appears in the exact place you kept overlooking. It was waiting for your softened gaze. Now your gaze is soft and ready. A connection deepens through attentive listening. The listening makes room for truth to stand without noise. Truth stands and the room brightens. You discover a new rhythm for your work. It respects your energy and honors your focus. Progress flows without forcing. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. A small doorway opens in a conversation with someone gentle. Through it you glimpse a future that fits. The glimpse feels believable and kind. You return a favor you once received. The return multiplies quietly in ways you may never track. Love keeps its own books and they balance well. Your patience earns you a result that arrives clean. No drama attaches to it and no residue remains. You accept it like rain after warm weather. Evening brings a softness that refuses to be rushed. You sit inside it as if it were a sanctuary. Rest recognizes you and draws near. Type Amen to get blessing 3434. Clarity rises in your mind like mist lifting from a field. Shapes appear where confusion once stood. You move toward them with calm steps. A message from far away lands safely in your day. It brings relief you can use. It brings direction you can follow. You speak your needs with tender firmness. The words land and are respected. Respect grows roots and stays. A quiet celebration happens inside your chest. It celebrates survival and growth at once. The feeling is gentle and true. Type Amen to get blessing 3535. Your loved one places courage in your morning cup. You drink and feel your spine lengthen. The day bows slightly in welcome. A task that once loomed shrinks to its right size. You handle it with measured attention. Completion feels clean and light. An unexpected compliment fits your spirit like a well-made garment. You wear it without apology. It reminds you who you have become. You choose silence where noise used to win. The silence protects what matters. Peace expands to fill the space. Type Amen to get blessing 3636. A practical solution arrives with graceful timing. It answers the question your heart had already settled. The mind nods and follows. You find a keepsake that holds gentle memory. The memory glows instead of burns. You place it somewhere honored and calm. A door you closed remains closed without regret. The boundary holds like a kind fence. Safety grows flowers along the edge. Your sleep receives a blessing of depth. Dreams bring signs that soothe. You wake with a rested certainty. Type Amen to get blessing 3737. You notice favor traveling with your name attached. Spaces open because your integrity walks first. The right people recognize it and draw near. A plan forms with elegant simplicity. The steps are clear and the load is fair. You carry it with steady hands. Your laughter returns in bright ribbons. It ties around moments that used to feel plain. The day wears those ribbons with ease. The tenderness you offer yourself becomes a template for others. They learn from your example without lectures. Harmony gains momentum. Type Amen to get blessing 3838. Now stand, breathe, and receive. The veil thins for you, and the voice you love is closer than it has ever been. The door is open, and you are allowed to walk through.